All right, 2.1. So I'm in my classroom doing this video, and there's a bunch of students in here working on their test corrections right now. So if you hear them giggling, they're laughing at me, talking to myself, or they are helping each other with their corrections. So just ignore them. I'm trying to. It's going to be hard. They're embarrassing me. All right. So, wrong button. Hold on. Okay. And now it's going to keep scrolling. So, in the ready, these are actually not that complicated. I'm going to do this rather briefly. I'm just going to help you set this up. So, it's telling us that we need to graph the function over the domain -4 to 4. So I'm going to create a table where my domain is going to go from -4 and those are the values I am going to plug in for x. So for example, on number 1, the first one would be 2 to the -4th. Then I can go ahead and I can flip this. It's 1 over 2 to the 4th, which is 1 over 16. So now I can plot that point. You'll definitely want to do these on another sheet of paper. So I would go -4 and then up hardly any to get the 1/16. So don't overthink this. The one thing I do want to point out on 2 and 4, make sure you do the exponent first. Follow order of operations. Do your exponent, then you can take your answer and multiply it by 2. So please make an effort on this, you guys. They're very important. In order for you to be able to graph a logarithmic function, you have to be able to graph an exponential function. Don't forget, exponentials and logs are inverses of each other. So make sure you understand how to work these graphs. And then once you're done with those graphs, you're going to answer question 5 and 6, where you're comparing them to each other. All right, the set. This is exactly like the task. You are going to order from smallest to largest, so least to greatest. Also, you are not allowed to use a calculator, so do not try. I have not taught you how to use a calculator yet, and I guarantee somebody out there right now is thinking, yes, I can, and you're going to put in the log of 32, and you're going to get it wrong. And you're going to get it wrong on our quiz, and you're going to get it wrong on our test. So make sure you are using exponential form on these. So don't forget, if I have log base b of x, this is the same as b to the what equals x. So you don't even need to have the y there. So don't overthink this, please. You need to work all of them out, then you can order them. And you can go ahead and write your answers here. From smallest to largest, please. They're giving you space to write your answers. Hopefully that is not too bad. Number 10, do not overthink 10. You're starting to get into some variables, and it shouldn't be that complicated. Look at the work that you're doing in some of these other ones. Look for patterns. For example, to do this first one, log base x, 1 over x squared, you might need your work from 9e. That might help you figure out what the answer is there. And don't forget, when I have a fraction, that's because I had a negative exponent. So 2 to the -3, as an example, is 1 over 2 to the +3. So you guys have to take the reciprocal. Please don't forget that when you're working through number 10. Reciprocal. So hopefully those ones won't be so bad. After we work through the task, hopefully you'll be able to get those ones done. All right. Oh, and also on these ones, also, you don't need exact values. Okay, it's not asking you for exact values. It's like in number 9, you're not going to get exact values for these, but you might be able to say, oh, it's going to be between 8 and 9. So like here, 3 to the what is 12? Well, nothing. But 3 squared is 9, and 3 cubed is 27. So it's somewhere between 2 and 3, because those were my 2 exponents, but closer to 2, because 12 is closer to 9 than it is to 27. Okay, 12 through 16. I want you to definitely try these. I know I need to cover these in class. I will probably have covered them at some point in the task for 2.1. I want you to try it, please. Please, 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 please. You can put in numbers for X if you want to, if it makes it easier for you. Try some values in a calculator. Go ahead and use the calculator for the log button. So is it possible for a logarithm to equal a negative number? Try some different values and see if you're going to get a negative. Try log of 30, log of negative 30, log of whatever, and see if it's going to work, and then answer it. So I want you to try some values and then see if you guys can get it from there. But if we can't, please make sure you ask me in class tomorrow so I can go over those. All right, the last part, the go. We are going to write each expression as an integer or a simple fraction. What this means is you are not allowed to have exponents. Exponents should not be left here, so you want to get rid of them. Please try not to use a calculator for these. Use your knowledge of exponents. You always want to get rid of your exponent first. There is a difference between parentheses and no parentheses. Make sure that you're getting rid of your negative exponents, all those kinds of things. Properties of exponents. So if I have, we've already gone over the negative exponent, but if I have something like negative 4 to the second, this is negative 4 times 4. But if I have negative 4 to the second, this is negative 4 times negative 4. So use that when you guys are working through these with the parentheses. If it's not in parentheses, you don't use it, and you don't use 2 negatives. Also, don't forget negative exponents, like on 21. You would need to move this to the top, and it'd be 9 times 2 to the positive 1. The 9 doesn't move. The 9 is not negative. Let's see. You might want a calculator for number 24. I'll let you use a calculator there if you need it, but don't overthink it. Look at this guy right here. Think about what that means if you're struggling. But you shouldn't need a calculator for any of these. 25, make sure you do the exponent first. So I'm highlighting some of the things that need to stand out. I think that's pretty much it. 27 and 28, you have a double negative. So if I have a 5 to the negative 2 and a 3 to the negative 3, you're actually going to reciprocal the whole thing. So this would be the 3 on top and the 5 on the bottom. And then you can figure this out. This would be 27 over 25, and then you would be done. So just remember, you got to get rid of your exponents and then get a nice simple answer. No decimals. I don't want to see a single decimal answer. Okay? Integers only. No decimals. All right, that wraps up 2.1. Questions, make sure you write them down. Come and see me in the morning or ask me in class. Goodbye. Have a good day. America says have a good day. She likes being in my videos. This is her second one she's been in. Okay, bye.